Hello, my name's Christopher, and today I'm going to show you how to install Tandoor on CasaOS using BigBearCasaOS, a third-party app store. So, a little bit about this series, I'm going over home labs, installing things, getting things set up, everything like that. So, if you're interested in that, subscribe, comment, like, and support the channel, and let's get started. I wanted to let y'all know about the Big Bear community. We just launched a community on community.bigbeartechworld.com. It's based on discourse, so go on there, join it, and say hi. So let's get back to your registered programming. So this is what I'll be installing today, a Tandoor. It's an application for managing recipes, planning meals, building shopping lists, and much more. This is what it looks like. And these are all the features. So that's what we will be installing today. So I'm going to start on BigBearCasaOS. There will be a link down in the YouTube description to get to this. And this is a third-party app store for CasaOS that's maintained by Big Bear Tech World and the Big Bear community. So these are all the apps that are available in it that you can one-click install. So I did make a how to install BigBearCasaOS on CasaOS video, but I'm going to be going over in this video as well. And the custom app store is only supported on CasaOS version 0.4.4 or newer and above. So now I'm going to scroll up to the app store URL right here. I'm going to copy it. Then I'm going to go over to my CasaOS and get the app store set up. So now I'm going to start on my CasaOS. I'm going to go to App Store and then more apps over here. A text input pops out. I'm going to paste in what I copied over in BigBearCasaOS GitHub. And then now I'm going to add. Now we have 184 apps. So you won't see it over in the categories yet. You'll have to refresh the page, go back into the App Store, and go to categories right here. Now you can see BigBearCasaOS. So this lets you see all the BigBearCasaOS apps that you can install. So we got it set up. So I'm going to start on BigBearCasaOS again. I'm going to go to search right here. I'm going to type in Tandoor. And then now I'm going to go to the Docker Compose. So the CasaOS app name is called Big Bear Tandoor. And then I'm going to set some services. And then the first service underneath the services is called Big Bear Tandoor. And this is the service name. The container names are different than the service name. This makes it to where Docker doesn't have to generate a random name. And then the image is coming off of GitHub because the ghcr.io. And this is the registry. And then this is the Docker image. This is the Docker image tag. So the container restart policy is set to unless stop. So that means if you stop it for any reason, it will not try to restart. But if it fails for any other reason, then it will try to restart. And then volumes to be mounted. So on the left is the host. On the right is the container side. So data, app data, dynamic variable, which is gotten from the name up here. And then static files. So this is on the host side. And then on the container side is opt, a recipe, static files. So do not change the container side at all. And then same goes for this one. So ports on the left side is the host. On the right side is the container. Do not change the right side. You can change the host. If this does collide with another port on your host, you can change it to like 80, 81 if that's not already taken. So environment variables down here. So secret key, the DB engine, which is Postgres, and then Postgres, the host, the port, and then the user, the password, and then the database. So now the networks, so Big Bear Tandoor network, and this is so we can connect to the service name right here. And then the health check right here is we're going to wait until Big Bear Tandoor DB has a condition of service healthy. So we're going to set some CasaOS information down here to explain the volumes and the ports. And then now we're going to come down here to this service, and this is right underneath the services, just like the Big Bear Tandoor right here. So it's Big Bear Tandoor DB. And then the image is Postgres. This is coming off of Docker Hub by default because there's no URL before this. This is the Docker image. And then this is the Docker image tag. The container name's going to be so Docker doesn't have to generate a random name. And then volumes. So on the left is the host side, and on the right is the container side. And same goes with this. The app ID right here is a dynamic variable gotten from the name. And then, so on the container side is varlib PostgreSQL data. Do not change the container side. And then environment variables. So the Postgres port is 5432, and that would rhyme with this port up here, because what you're doing is you're connecting to this DB from this service right here. So this service right here is going to store the data in this service. So the Postgres user is Tandoor. That rhymes with the Postgres user right here. And then the Postgres password should rhyme with this password right here. And then the Postgres DB should rhyme with the Postgres DB right here. So now the Postgres host is using the service name of BigBear Tandoor DB. So restart policy is unless stop. So it means if you stop it for any reason, it will not try to restart. But if it fails any other reason, then it will try to restart. And then I'm going to put it in the same network as the BigBear Tandoor network and as this service right here. So this service and this service can talk to each other. And then the health check to see if it's ready. And that would rhyme with what the depends on up here. And then networks. So we're going to define the network of BigBear Tandoor network, and it's a bridge network. And then we're going to put some CasaOS information to explain the App Store. So the architectures that the Docker image supports are AMD 64 and ARM 64. And that would rhyme with this image up here. And then main is set to BigBear Tandoor, and that would be the service name up here. And then a description, the tagline, the developer of the Docker image is Tandoor Recipes. The author of this Docker Compose, BigBear Tech World. And then the icon, the thumbnail, the title, and then the category so people can find all the BigBearCasaOS apps. And then the port map is 8080. And that would rhyme with this port up here of the host port of 8080. So that's a little bit about the Docker Compose. So I wanted to let you know about the Big Bear Club. You can join it, and it greatly supports this channel, and I very much appreciate it. So if you'd like to join the Big Bear Club, you can go down the YouTube description and go to my Ko-Fi link and join it from there. So let's get back to registered programming. So now we're going to go to the App Store right here, and then we're going to go to search and type Tandoor. So now you can see that it came up, and it's Recipe Collection Manager, and it's coming from BigBearCasaOS because it's named down here, the category. And so I'm going to click it. Then I'm going to go in the install and click the install. So now I can continue in the background and let it install. This is going to take a little bit to generate all the files. So this install takes quite a while. So don't worry if you can't see it right away. You can see what the containers are doing in Dozzle. If you just go in Dozzle, you can see that the DB is coming up. And then you'll be able to see that BigBear Tandoor is going to be coming up as well, right there. So now it's going to go through here and apply all the database migrations. And also, it's going to generate the assets, which that can take a while. So if you waited the whole entire time on Dozzle, you can see it's done. It was generating the static files here, which takes the longest, and then done right here. So it's good to go. So now I'm going to go over the options in CasaOS for this app. So if you go up the top right here, you'll see the vertical dots. You can click it. You can open in the web UI. You can set some tips. So if you click this and you click this edit button right here, then you go into the text area and you can type in it. It's kind of like a notepad. And then you can save right here. Now it says that it's being applied and it says Tandoor is okay. So if you go back in here, you go to tips, you can see it did save. You can go back in here and you can go to settings. You can see that there's different services. So there's the BigBear Tandoor service, and then there's the BigBear Tandoor DB service. And if you go up here to terminal logs, you'll see that we're in the container. You can see logs too. This is great for debugging. If you want to go in the DB, you just click it over, and then you go back in here, and now you're in the DB service. So, and you can see the logs too. You can change some settings right here, and then you can press the save button. You can also export the Docker Compose right here, and then you can exit out of here. So you can check for updates and get updates from BigBearCasaOS. You can uninstall, restart, and fire off and on. So now I'm going to go into the UI and create an account. So you can open from here, or you can open it from here. So now we're going to put a username in, and then a password in. And then I'm going to confirm the password. So now you're going to put your username in, password in, and then you're going to confirm the password with the password you put in here. You're going to put it in again. So now once you do that, you're going to create a super user account. So now we've created our account. So I'm going to log in real quick. And then I'm going to put a password in that I put in on the register. So now once we do that, you can say, remember me. So I'm going to sign in. So now we can join an existing space, or we can create our own recipe space. So I'm going to create our own. So now you can import, and then you can also create a new one. So I'm going to just say testing. And then now you can put your name in, description, your preparation time, waiting time, servings, the servings text, keywords. You can add properties to this, step 1, and then you can add different ingredients. You can add instructions, and then you can also add another step. And then it's down here, another step. And then you can also organize and sort the steps. So you can go into meal plan. I'm going to just go out of this. You have a calendar. You can create auto planner, export, and then settings. You can go into shopping, and then you can put something in. And then you can also go to recipes, and then you can save. You can see the supermarkets and the shopping categories. And you can share shopping list, auto sync, and auto add meal, different settings. You can also just reload the page, and this should work. Okay, now it worked. For some reason, I had to click it multiple times. So now once you do that, you can check mark it, and so to say you've got it. So I'm going to go into books, and you can create a new cookbook. And you can also go over here, a keyword, foods, units, supermarket category, automations, files, batch edit, history, ingredient editor, export, properties, unit conversion. You can also go up to the plus button and import a recipe, create, and settings, external recipe, space settings, external connectors, system, and you can go into system, and that presented an error for some reason. You can go into admin right here, and you can change things. And this is built on Django, so that's a Django admin panel. You can go into space settings. So that's a bit about Tandoor's UI. So I just went over step by step on getting Tandoor working on CasaOS using BigBearCasaOS. If you like this tutorial, subscribe, comment, like, and support the channel. And if you have any video suggestions or any community support, you can go to the Big Bear community and join our forum. There's a link in the YouTube description, so stay tuned for more.